What else do you want to see? Sorry.
Right. So I have a few questions. So first of all, regarding some of the questions, for the user accounts that we're going to have after, let's say, purchasing the platform, is there any separation between admin and non-admin? How does it work?
Yes, yes, of course. So when you open a user, you have to be the admin. It needs to have at least one admin. So when you add a new, you can add an operator. And on the operator level, you can actually assign them what they can see and what they cannot see. So there is a user authorization, right? So you can hide someone from the purchasing, not to take a view at the purchasing, only to see through the sales. Also, you can hide the inventory, you can hide the manufacturing, whatever. Here is the legend. So they can either have the full access, read-only, or denied. If it's a read-only, that means that, for example, they will be able just to open a sales order without making any alterations to it, you know? Yes, if you hide them, if you deny them, that means that if they go, for example, the sales order tile would not even exist. They wouldn't even be able to open it.
Right, I see. Okay, so that's very clear. Okay, and you also answered my other question, which was if we could potentially hide some of the specific fields. But this is exactly what you showed me that you can do with the customization.
Yes,
and also you can define the read-write access for each one of the users. Excellent. So from what I understand, as we said, the only level of customization is just how you're going to be viewing each one of the tabs, right? There's no customizable way of entering additional attributes in, let's say, product or supplier or sales, or removing any of the existing. It's just what you're going to be able to see. And the only,
yes, you can only remove those here in any window. Wherever you have the more and columns, you can disable and enable what you want to see or not.
What is this? If you drag and drop this thing, which is in the middle, what does it do? The one that it's just below the date. What's the point of this handler that is in the middle, and you can turn left or right?
This one. Oh, the scroll bar. That means that if I, for example, look how tag field is small. So if I increase it and I save it, it would just
okay.
Bigger.
So it's just the width.
Yes, it's the width of the column. Yes.
Yeah. That's fine. Okay, cool. And then
that's
you can sort it.
Yeah, that's the scroll bar for that. And the other way where we do allow customization is on the printout. So if you want to print out the receipt, the sales order, etc., you can hide and show columns here, like on the sales order. That's where you have the ability, like what do you want to show? Do you want to show tax, discount? You just click on the setup button here and you check and uncheck what you want to see and what you don't want to see.
Right. And let's say in our use case, which is a specific shop. So what I understand a sales order is when a specific client, let's say, comes to the shop and they buy, let's say, 2 bracelets and 1 ring. And that's how we would complete the order. So it's basically in a way by client, right?
Yes, because in a sales order, you pick the client, you pick the customer, you pick the warehouse. Of course, you can also create a virtual customer, like, I don't know, person A or physical shopper or whoever, and then you can put all the sales to him. Or when you have your first point of sale document here, in the new receipt where I showed you, you will create that customer, which will be called point of sale, and then you can record all the sales towards him if that's
everything
easier for you.
Yes, on this point of sale. Okay, and then if we wanted to, I see that you have the date and time there, which is fine. That's what we want to definitely have. If we wanted to apply a discount overall, this is the one that I see there, right? Which is on the items. And it's a discount there.
There are 2 ways where you can apply the discount. Okay, so if I create a new one for Maria, let's say, and it will be a bracelet, let's say 2 pieces, and let's take something that we have here, like maybe this one. I have 30 pieces of this. So 10 and okay, so this is my total bill. I can either apply the discount here and here on one or both items, or I can go to apply and I can put a discount amount. Let's say I want to put the $20 discount on entire order, right? So this will be 55.67, and I will update it, and there it is. Oh, sorry, it has tax included, so it's a kind of different price. But the discount is recalculated to percentages because we integrate with QuickBooks Online, and QuickBooks Online does not accept a discount applied to whole document, just on the item level. So that's why it has to be broken down into percentages. But you got your result. You did put the discount of $20
Which is the
to the
overall
entire.
of 50 overall.
Yes.
I see. Okay, cool. Right. So it means that yes, for each client, basically we should be adding this every time, and then you complete
Oh,
the
you mean
order.
for the client? Oh, for the client, there's an easier way for you. There is under sales and price tiers. You can put like small shops, which are B2B customers, etc. And then you can, let's put my small shop here, and I can put here the bracelet. Okay, and it will tell me my default selling price is 30, right? And I can put like, I don't know, 10% discount, 7% discount, 8% discount. By the way, when you create, you can either go by the selling price or the discount. I clicked on the discount. Okay, and let's say that we have our ring A, and our default price is 20, and let's say that we are giving a 3% discount. So this one will be 27, and this will be 19.4. Save it. Here you can still see whether you are above or under your estimated cost. This is how much you purchase the item for. So you don't go into minus with your revenue. Okay, so now the next step is to add your customer. Let's say that we have Maria. Maria doesn't have a price tier. Okay, I don't have a price tier. And I put here my small shop price tier. Okay, so whenever I create the sales order for Maria, so sales orders, and I pick Maria, she will have different prices. So if I take my bracelet
We
and
should
see
basically have
27 by 9,
it
yes.
already applies the 7%. Yes. Okay.
Everything is
Good.
applied automatically.
Yes. Okay. I see. So for example, if you had specifically for our shop, right, where we might have, I don't know, maybe especially on the busy days, maybe even 100 customers that are gonna come and buy things. Is it that for every single of the customers, even if we leave the customer, not filled, let's say it's going to be out of the point of sale, so we have to go through that like 100 times rather than completing an overall sales order in a way.
You mean
What
you
I mean.
have to open a new sales order each time?
Yeah, so let's say the first customer comes at 10 a.m. They buy a bracelet and a ring. Then there's another one coming at 11:30. They buy, I don't know, a necklace and 2 dresses. So for each one of those, it means that we would have to create one additional sales order every time, right?
You can, but you don't have to. Let's just buy what we are missing, since we are now into no quantity. So let's go to our purchasing and fulfillment. It's not approved. Oh my God, Maria. Bulk action, change status to approve. Okay. Okay, I have partial quantity. I will just refresh it. There it is. Okay, so I will bulk purchase order everything, and now I will buy more than I usually do. So it's in the purchase orders, and I just need to approve them. Change status to approved. Okay. So now I will put much higher quantity, let's say 100 boxes. Okay, post the document. Okay, and I just want to receive more than I order in order not to do the purchase orders all the time. Okay. Of course, you do understand that you can manually create a purchase order. You just need to go to the purchase order here and go to that works if you don't have any document clicked on. Create a new purchase order towards your designer or supplier. You can do that manually. It doesn't have to be, of course, the bulk action. Okay, we have one more to receive, and that is this one. We'll just add it here to be 200 pieces of rings. And we will receive it to our stock. Okay, so now let's say you just need to leave a sales order opened. So let's say you create it for the point of sale, right, which is like a physical customer, and you have a ring and you have a bracelet. You save it. You have to approve it for the first time. Okay, and it will tell you available quantity. Now, when you charge the customer, you just pack it, right? Because by packing it, you're removing it from your stock. That's why. Okay, so now this is just packed. Another person comes in. You open that same sales order. You edit it. And here, see, you cannot make any alterations. These are, sorry, these are already sold. You have here on the packing list that these were sold at 4:01 p.m. So you just now need to enter what else you sold, right? You can just like keep this opened, okay, and save it, and then you will pack that one. I have to steal this.
So you're packing every time the separate.
Yes, because only when you pack it, it will be out of the inventory. So if we take a look at our ring A now and our stock card, there it is in our main warehouse. See, sales order 22 point of sale, sales order 22 point of sale. This is where the deduction comes in place. Until you pack it, it won't be removed from your stock.
Right.
So it's either that, to have a sales order opened constantly, or if it's easier to go through the point of sale, because it's easier. Like when it's point of sale, you just go to a ring or whichever, let's say ring, find it, sell it, and it will just issue the invoice. Yes, it's easier and it's automatically packed. See, if you go to the sales order, see, it's already packed. You don't have to go through that packing process.
Yeah, so probably the receipt is going to be much much easier overall.
Yes, because it's faster way of going through the sales.
And if we go back to the receipt, to this new receipt, because imagine that in our shop we might have maybe 1,000 different products, and it might be a bit hard for the salesperson to search by the specific description. Of course, by default, they wouldn't be remembering the SKU. So is there another way that you can start grouping things? So for example, I know that at least it is a dress or from that designer, and at least I have a subset of all the items.
Yes, that's why the categories are 4. See, if you revert to a touch one, I can see that my bracelet is here, what is in my glasses, what is in my parts section, what is in my default category section. So they can have designer dresses, designer skirts, designer boots, designer bags, etc. And they would move through the product category in order for them to be easier to find.
Right. Yeah.
The other way would be the scanning the barcodes, the ENUPCs.
Yes, which unfortunately we don't. We don't have yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's like the fastest way ever. You're just scanning the barcode and you're done, just like in a grocery shop.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. That would be the ideal. We're not there yet. But so from what I understand, again, this is supported in like iPads and mobiles and stuff like that. So that would be, especially the new receipt. It would be amazing if we could, see or test how it works on a tablet, maybe, so the salesperson can easily, select what are the items that they're selling and set up the receipt and everything.
Well, yes, you have here the mobile simulator, and here you have the point of sale. And this would be the view of the point of sale. See? Okay, but in this case, they would see it by the picture. This is a bit difficult to be,
Right.
yes.
How about the tablet? If we were to move on the tablet simulator,
What did I click on?
I think it was
Mobile
mobile
application.
app
There is a
and
tab. Yes.
yes, point of sale. Yeah.
Yes, but it's either by the ENUPC or by the SKU or maybe even the product description. Let me just search. If I search for a ring, yes, it will give me that it's a ring.
Yes, I
Yes.
see. So it doesn't have here the way for you to
No, it
start
didn't.
selecting subcategories.
Yes, I'm trying to see whether there is by the, no, this is just the retail sale that I have. This is a report, but I cannot see here item lookup. Yeah, only by shelves. So if she goes through the shelf and see, let's say jewelry, bracelet, but you cannot make a sale from here, you can only do the stock adjustment.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
No.
let me just write that down. Maybe it will be interesting for the development team to develop such option. So it is the product category in mobile application / tablet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Category in point of sale tablet device. Okay, I wrote it down. I will mention it to them. Maybe it will be interesting for them to develop such functions. Because when they are now working from home, so they are looking through all the way, like how can they kill the boredom and develop new things. So
Yeah.
maybe,
Okay.
so maybe this will be something that will catch their eye. Yeah. So we will ask about that one, like why the hell not? But otherwise, like through this new receipt, it's rather easy. However, if they log in through their browsers in the ERPAG and not through the mobile application, they will also see this kind of view, but it will be just narrowed down to fit the tablet screen.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. That's fine.
So it can work through the browser, if nothing else.
And then I assume that if, let's say, you create your sale order from this new receipt, because normally we wouldn't necessarily print a receipt from here, as we already have our cashier machines, which are linked to our bank accounts and everything. But if I start completing, let's say, the receipt from here, can it be passed as a sales order?
Yes, of course, it is passed as a sales order.
It is passed. Yes, exactly.
Yes,
That's what I want to.
because when
Yeah.
you see here, this is based on point of sale. It is in your sales order list as based on point of sale. And even if you go to print, you can see either want to print the receipt or the regular sales order.
Yes, exactly.
So it is passed as a sales order.
Yeah. So I think it makes sense. It's, as a GUI, I think it's more user friendly to add it as a new receipt, where you could even potentially see the picture, and it might be faster. But yeah.
You mean when you go through the sales order for a specific client?
Sorry, say again.
Do you mean when you go through the point of sale, but for a specific client as a sales order?
Yeah, either for a specific client or for a number of clients. Yes.
Oh, for the specific client also, when you go to the new receipt to add it, you can pick here the customer if you have a specific client. If you want to go through this way, instead of going to the sales order, choosing the customer, and then issuing a sales order.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, normally in that case, that would be the point of sale or something. Yeah.
Well,
Which
yeah,
is,
you can choose here.
right. Okay. And then, okay, the shop is selected there. So in here, where is the time selected? Is there the date and time?
The date and time we pull from your browser. So you go into your Chrome and you go to your settings, and then you have your language settings somewhere, maybe in advanced. There it is. So whichever it's first, for us it's English United States, so the date and format is month, day, and then year. But for you it might be different, like based on the language selected. It just needs to be the top one for it to pull the date you want, the date and format you want.
Which
it's
is the one
pulled
there.
from the browser.
Okay, and then just another quick question here on the sales. Let's say that you know the salesperson who was closing the store for the day, they made, let's say, 20 sales, and where is the sales report that we can see, which adds up everything that was sold in the day, and she can check that it matches basically what we received.
Yes, that is in the point of sale. You have here more, and then you have closing the day set report.
Right.
So if
okay.
I close my day, this is the operator who worked on the register. And if I print it out more, oh, sorry, it's just lagging. There I can see that this is for 13th of April. The number of sales is 1. This is the total. This is the subtotal. This is for the Greek warehouse, by the way, not the main one.
Correct.
This is,
yeah.
yes, from which receipt number to which receipt number, and how much was in cash, checks, credit card, vouchers, etc.
Okay. And then now that you mentioned this one, where do you specify if something is sold by cash or card?
Oh, on the receipt. So let's cancel this one. And here you have whether it is paid by cash or by credit card, see, or 1 and 1. One can be 50 from here, and 14,860 can be in cash.
Right.
Yes.
Excellent.
So that's on the total, see? Cash and credit card.
That's excellent. Another quick question that it doesn't happen very often, but it might happen like a few times. It's so a user might come back and return an item, and instead of that, buy something different. Is there a way to handle that easily, or
it's more complicated? It's more complicated. So he needs to first do a customer return. So let's say that this is a point of sale and it's packed. So first, of course, the document, let's not go by this one. It has way too much items here. Okay, so this is invoice, this is paid. So he needs first to return this, because maybe it won't return 2 pieces, right? Maybe it will return only 1 piece.
One piece, correct, yeah.
Yes, and then you do the customer return, and then you do the other sale. It has to go like that. See, this one is returned, and I will just save his payment. I will add it to the deposit. That means that he's now, this is paid, and now I can only, this is point of sale, right? Point of sale, I can only do something else for him. Let's say this one, and I have to approve it. So it's a bit complicated because this is the inventory management software, you know.
Yes.
So yeah, so there is no easy way about doing this. And upon invoicing, it's automatically paid because that amount from the return was added to his deposit.
Right. Okay. I see. Right. Then one more quick question regarding the images. So the images, is this something that So I think, as you said, once integrated with Shopify, it can pick it up from there.
Yes.
But just to double check, those are not physically stored on ERP. They're not using any of the
No, no,
storage
no.
room of
They are not
ERP
using.
agent,
They're
right?
yes, just the links are pulled from your web shop to ERPAG, and that's it.
Exactly. So you're just picking up the source. But if I wanted to attach something here, which is not for whatever reason available to Shopify, how would I do that? I guess I put the attachment. That's fine. But is it physically stored, or
In that case, yes. In that case, it's physically stored. It
it
will
would be
consume
physically
your
stored?
database size. If it's a product image, you upload it into the image. If it's like something else, such as a user manual, it has to go through the attachments, because this one will just receive the JPEG or the PNG format, but this one will accept XLS file, PDF document, or whatever document you want to upload.
Right. I see. Okay. Cool. I just want to make sure that if we start uploading images from here, we're not gonna quickly reach the overall storage, because I think for the option that we're looking, it's about 10 gigabytes. And imagine that we're gonna have lots of images that are gonna be loaded. So I just want to check whether at least the ones from Shopify are not gonna
Yes, they won't consume the database
they
size.
won't consume, but it's only the remaining that will. But that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Okay. And then, yes, I'm not sure if it's... So if we go back to the sales, I just want to see a little bit more reports from the sales, so I can
reports, yes.
see.
The most commonly used is the sales report, the open sales report, and sales report. These are like the two most commonly used by our clients. So open sales report is whatever it is still open. Like those are good for the web shop sales. You can see which one of them you did not pack yet. See, you have the quantity, but you did not pack and invoice it. And the other report that is most commonly used here is the sales report. So sales and sales report, because this is everything that you sold ever. So if you want to see in a specific period of time how many rings did you sold, you just filter to it, and it will tell you you sold 3 pieces and it went to from these warehouses. Then you can filter it further, like from my Greek warehouse, because I don't want to see sales for each one of them. And these were my customers, this was my selling price, this is my stock price, and this is my margin. So I sold 2 of them and I earned 10 because I paid for 30 and I sold them by 40. So this is my margin, this is how much, this is my revenue.
Right. Yeah, this is exactly what I want to see. And of course, all those can be exported.
Yes, in
it's under the
XLS
more,
files.
which is export to Excel file.
Excel or PDF.
And you can, when you select group, you can start grouping more to, for example, by the shops or stuff like that.
Yes, you can. For the, I think I don't like to use this one. I like to go like I want to. I like to group from here and not from here. So if I want to group it by the, sorry, I have to cancel, and then cancel everything. So let's say that I want to group sales by months, years, whatever, right? I can group it like this, and then I can see in April, this is my total sale. Or you can group it by the item, and then you can see here like how many bracelets you sold, how many cores, how many whatever you sold. I like to group them from this window rather than going through here and grouping again.
Okay, I see. So you can even do it from the table itself.
From the table itself, it's easier. Yes, I like to use that. And when you group it, you can also go to view and save the current view, and then you don't have always to group it again. So if I put here as grouped by item and I save it and I close this, if I go to my sales report again, it will be by default like this. So I go to view and grouped by item, and it will automatically revert to that view.
Right, right. So I reckon that some of those reports can be generated as widgets that can be placed in homepage, right?
Yes, there
Which
are.
is
See,
yeah,
outstanding customer payments, fulfillment, what do I need to buy? What is below the minimum? What is the deadline? What are purchase orders that are late that I did not receive yet? And from the sales window, you can put different widgets like what is ready to be shipped, what is ready to be packed. Also the amounts here, you can put here, they are the snippets. So you can put here what amounts do you want to see, what is unpaid, overpaid, creation date, what is no quantity, partial quantity, etc. You control that from here.
right, right. Okay. Right, I see. I think it generally works for us. There are maybe a few small use cases here and there that might not work, but there's always ways to, work
Well,
around.
there also work around. Yes, if
There's
not,
always a
then
workaround.
yes,
Yeah, I'm
if
a big
not,
believer
then
of that. Yeah,
it's like either negotiable or we can like just wish you best of luck for such something that is more suitable for you. But hopefully you will manage around. You just need to take your time, input your data, test it out. We have like again around 10 minutes left. So I will be sending you in a follow-up email all the links that we have, which are our user manual, our blogs. I will just link the separate web shop integration blogs for you to read them more carefully and
excellent.
thoroughly. And we have also, I will upload these both parts on our YouTube channel, so I will send you those links as well. And if you have any further questions, you can feel free to, sorry,
To come back to you, I guess. Yeah.
yes, you can of course schedule an additional call if you have any further questions or suggestions or whatever interests you. And of course, if it's like something minor, you can feel free to just send an email if it's not worth scheduling a call. Yeah, and you can like use the discount that we have, since all prices are now discounted by half for the first 3 months of the usage of the system.
Right. Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Excellent.
yes.
I saw that as well.
Yes, and you
Uh,
are also covered with 30 days money back guarantee on any first purchase license. So you can, like, if you need more time, if you need to add more users, since trials are only for the one user, then you can purchase a license, play around, and within those 30 days to spend, if it's not suitable for you, you can ask for the refund.
Brilliant, brilliant. No, that makes perfect sense. I'm very happy to start playing with the trial. I think once we're going to start uploading some of our real data and start playing with our use cases. As you know, because now of coronavirus, everything is closed.
Oh,
So
yes.
we're not having any sales apart from the eShop maybe.
Yes, the
So it's going
eShop.
to be easy to start playing around with that, having, a few orders per day to add them in the system and getting more familiarized with that. So that we end up purchasing. Probably we're thinking the basic, the one with the 5 accounts. I think it's called the basic, right?
Yes, yes.
It's
No, no, no.
it's the
No,
standard.
it's a
Sorry, it's the
standard. It's a
standard.
standard.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
the standard. Yes. And yeah, I guess we can. Yeah, let's start with a trial, and hopefully after 2 weeks of that, we can just move ahead and go ahead with the standard. I
Of
think
course.
that's where we're going towards to. So
Thank you. Thank you, George, for taking the time to attend this presentation. Hopefully it was helpful. You will have to wait a bit for me to upload the videos before I can send you the links and all, because I want to just push it all into one email. And yes, take care. Have a great day. Stay safe. And if you have any further questions, just feel free to schedule an additional call.
excellent. Thank you very much for that, Maria. It was nice meeting you. Thanks for the very informative demo. Look forward for the demo, for the links and everything. I'll study a bit further, and we'll definitely come back to you. Just a quick question: the trial demo, will it start when I officially open the link and start working on that, or does it start from today, for example? How does it work?
But it starts when you register for it. So
Okay,
when you
okay.
register today, it will be for 2 weeks.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, we'll do that.
Awesome. Okay. Have a
Brilliant.
great day,
Thank you.
George.
You
Take
too.
care.
Bye, Maria. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.